Hello everyone, good evening, and welcome to this Roller Coaster Tycoon live stream. How are you all doing? Hope you're having at least an okay week. It's been a busy day at work. I'm ready for a nice chill Roller Coaster Tycoon stream. Me too. Well, I haven't had a busy day at work, but I'm ready for a chill stream. I mean, I did finish a video today. I recorded it and edited it. Every time Marcel starts, I am so sure I'm gonna hear "and welcome to another YouTube video." I never say the word YouTube, I believe. I always say welcome to another video or welcome to another ride overview or something like that. You're doing good. Good, that's good to hear. Also, Kill Strider, there is a video on my channel called Gentle Style Remix or something like that. It's 4 minutes long, it's the full version. What's up, Amuserik? Welcome to the stream. Because I know you're new, because Twitch is notifying me that this is your first chat message. The same goes for Diopnik earlier, still during the intro. I'm assuming it's true, so to the both of you, maybe not welcome to your first stream, but good that, you know, welcome to your first chat message, I suppose. Yeah, Twitch is stalking you. It's absolutely a wonder that they have all this information on your account, which they own. The remix reminds me of the music in Shapes.io. I've never heard of Shapes.io. Is it similar to like Agar.io and Snake.io or Slither.io and all those kind of games? Those are fun games. So usually we would be doing something like GeoGuess or whatever on Wednesday, but both last week and this week I've been recently I've really been in a roller coaster tycoon mood. So that's what we're doing. So I thought that today, it's a simplistic Factorio remake. I've played Factorio. I thought today we would be completing a fun and cool but also fairly tricky scenario. So scenario will be where is it? There it is. Prehistoric Jurassic Safari. You have been given the task of constructing a Jurassic era theme park. To optimize your visitors' access to the exotic plant and animal exhibits, you will need to build rides going over and into the valley. Your objective to have at least 2,700 guests in your park at the end of October year 4, with a park rating of at least 600. Alright, before we take a look at the park, let's open everything. We start with quite a park. I mean, this is 11 rides. Okay, 4 of my chairlifts, but still. So, this is the scenario that I use to exemplify one of the very beautiful scenarios in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 in my videos about how many landscapes there are. Amity Airfield being the example of the boring one. And I stand by that. It's absolutely beautiful. It's this valley. I think the landscape, the plants and stuff is very well done. These cliffs are very well done. And you know, you see dinosaurs everywhere and they have their little animations. I think this is one of the scenarios where the Time Twister's Wacky Worlds scenery, being criticized as heavily as it is, it really does well here. It just, well, it looks fantastic. Oh, and here we have a Pterodactyl Coaster, I believe. Yeah, Pterodactyl Terror. Nice. It's one of the theme. I mean, it's basically just a flying coaster, but it's themed to a pterodactyl with the trains. We have actually... I never noticed this. I've completed this scenario before. I've completed all Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 scenario. But I never noticed that this scenario has 4 chairlifts. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I thought it was like 2, 1 on each end. But apparently it's 4. Okay then. What's up, Scenery? How you doing? Despite using a lot of those ugly RCT2 expansion scenery, it still looks good. Well, my point was kind of that not all of the RCT2 expansion scenery is ugly. And I think that these dinosaurs aren't particularly ugly. But maybe that's just my opinion. You know, you don't have to agree. Now, a big problem with this park is that the two halves at the moment are disconnected. I mean, you can go between them with 4 different chairlifts. Shit, a lot, but other than that, you can't walk through them. And guests don't use transport rides as transport rides, which is a problem. Which is why we're going to build a path between them. And you know, eventually they'll use free transport rides, even if they don't want to. So they can't get stuck somewhere, because eventually they'll take the transport ride. But if they are here and they want to go to I don't know, this monorail or this Dodgems, then it doesn't occur in their minds that they need to use the chairlift. And that is the problem here. Oh yeah, these pots are hella expensive. I've already spent 10,000 on them. Well, I suppose one path is enough for now. I didn't think of that, even though in the Iceland scenario we had the exact same thing. Well, that's one of the paths done, and that'll be the only one for now. 9% loan interest, which is higher than the usual 5%, but still not that extreme. Guests walking over the dinos. Do you want a Jurassic Park? I mean, I'm not opposed to guests dying, to be honest. Alright, let's do some ads. Hang on though. Do we have no food stalls yet? I mean, I can solve that really quickly. There we go, there's the ad for food stalls. Drink stall. Hot chocolate. Balloon stall. You know what? Let's do rainbow balloons. Because why not? And that's number 6. I'll color them later. We need this fella. And we need this fella. Because we charge for the rides in this scenario, which is particularly useful. And we need one of these. Building a mega park, and I use your double path method everywhere, and it helps with crowded paths. Nice. You see, I'm really surprised by how well that path video is doing. There is no reason it should do that well. It's a simple 2.5 minute video for a simple trick that it shouldn't do that well. And the previous video about landscapes should do much better than it does. And that's not just because I think they should do better, but that's also based on my previous experiences with those kinds of videos in how well they do. They both go just in the complete opposite direction of what those videos normally do. Oh, did I include the double path trick in the 42 tips video? I thought I didn't, but you know, 42 is quite a lot. Welcome to your first stream, homegrown duffus. You know, I might do more like short 2-3 minute videos expanding on one of the tips in the 42 tips video. Because one of the things is, you know, someone might have a problem with double paths. And then as a result, they will look on YouTube, you know, Roller Coaster Tycoon, double paths suck, or whatever, or why do my double paths suck, I don't know, something like that. They won't find the 42 tips video with that, but they will find this new video. Alright, that's quite a little bit of money spent actually. I think got 3,000 bucks on 12 balloon stalls. Is that worth it? I don't know, but we do have this little thing to help us out. Ignore free rides? Hell no. Recalculate all prices. At least I think we do charge for the rides. Nice. I have a question about how trains speed up on corkscrews. Does the direction of the corkscrew change the speed increase? Not that I know, but it does matter whether the corkscrew is going up or down. Alright, we don't need scenery and theming. We don't need shops and stalls. Because if you're, I think to speed up you need a half corkscrew or a half loop and then a corkscrew. If you do it the other way around, I think you lose speed. Or, you know, I don't remember which way around it is actually. But I hope you get the point. Why is it so quiet here? We need this thing to have music. And we could use a coaster. There we go. Well, there is actually such a thing as directional physics in this game. If you have the same coaster and you build it at different angles, you know, 90 degrees rotated or whatever, you might get slightly different stats, like 0.01 different or something like that. I actually... So that is a thing, only you shouldn't really be able to see it on just a regular synced coaster, because the difference is really small. Alright, I'll put on Jurassic style. I forgot that that was a thing. There we go. So, with the calculator that I built, you know, the calculator, at some point, you know, that was quite a bit later after I put the video up, I was doing something with it and I was trying something and I just, for some reason that didn't make any sense, the trains weren't syncing up. They weren't behaving the same, even though they should. And that's when I remembered, right, directional physics, because instead of the trains coming from the same station, I had them coming from different stations, and they were like, the start was kind of mirrored. Which meant that the tiny difference, which usually doesn't really matter, but with something as precise as the calculator it does, and that tiny difference with tracks being a mirrored version of each other made a difference. And that was a problem. Hey bro, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for the bits. Greetings from Taiwan. Welcome to the stream and greetings back to Taiwan. Alright, this should do it. Drown a guest. Please drown guest 1. Yeah, we started 388 apparently in this park. Which I suppose we could count as guest 1. That's not exactly guest 1, of course. 388 then. Alright. Can I drop down? No, I can't, because I don't own the park. You know what I can do, though? Hang on. I can, of course. Oh, hang on. There we go. Now he's gonna die. Whee! Whee! This is taking absolutely forever. Wow. And he's going to drown. He finally hit the water. Yeah, that's a very expensive drowning. But hey, it had to happen. Alright, let's test this baby. Open it. Today I made a video that doesn't explain anything. It doesn't show off like a cool glitch or whatever. Instead, it's just a video that shows off 6 cool Mobius coaster designs. I thought people might find that interesting. You know, you remember those few Mobius coasters I showed up not too long ago. I showed off, what, 2 or 3 streams ago? I don't remember. And you guys said, you know, we would like to save the save files for that, the track files. I thought, well, you know, I'll just make a video about it, including a download. So that's gonna be Monday's video. And now it's not at all a Cody-like video. It is a very me-like video still. Back in the old days of X designs for X coaster. Kind of, but this time it's just 6 cool Mobius coaster designs. Which include, I don't have the Twister coaster here, but it does include... oh my god, what did I call it? This one. This is not one of the 6. It's one in the very start of the video where I explained the concept of a Mobius coaster. And I thought I'd include it anyway. In the download. You know, maybe the video does well, and if not, it's still a fun video. Right, we need a few free falls, because free falls be overpowered, mate. If you've seen my video on it, you know why. Wasn't there a Mobius coaster in the cheapest 10 excitement coasters vid? I'm not I don't think so. Might have been like synchronized bonus. But maybe it was, I'm not sure. Although I do feature a coaster from my Giga Coaster overview. You know what I want? Salmon pink? On which ride though? On this one? Oh, green and brown like a big tree. Nice. So, hang on. Okay, that's not really tree-like. What if I... Okay, that's not really the right color for bark. What if I make this green? Then it's more tree-like. And then we'll name it... Launched Treefall. Haha. Jungle theme entrance. Alright. Hey, thank you for the 4 months, Witch Wake. I appreciate it. Oh, this actually they already have the jungle theme entrance. Hang on. I'll just give these the jungle theme as well. Okay, we already have 400 guests almost. Now it's time to build something here. I still remember the last time and the only time to be honest, I completed this scenario. I built some like very ugly coasters. I built like a wooden coaster with a very long gentle drop all the way to roughly the water. And some big Florida twister coaster through it. And I had a Mango Muncher right here. Mango Muncher is really one of the best pre-built coaster designs. You know what, I'm gonna build one again. I really like it. There we go. Let me slightly fix that queue line so it's connected to the path and not the exit line. There is Mango Muncher, which, funnily enough, has a jungle entrance. That fits surprisingly well. Jurassic, there we go. Is there a more popular Rollercoaster Tycoon streamer than you? I don't think there's anyone more popular than me that streams primarily Rollercoaster Tycoon. But I'm pretty sure that, you know, every now and then there's one who has a lot more followers than me that, you know, sometimes may play it. A while ago I watched a Dutch Rollercoaster Tycoon streamer who painted his Mango Muncher red, which is kind of, you know, to me that's akin, repainting the Mango Muncher is akin to a violation of the Geneva Convention, but maybe that's just me. So I have a tree here as well, because trees shouldn't be lonely. Just give him a friend. Even though the friend is on the other side of the valley. Is there a way to import custom music? Yes, there is. There are some guides for it online. You need to like a certain bit rate and it needs to be a .wav file. I've forgotten exactly how it goes, but I've done it and it worked and wasn't very difficult. It's funny because the guide I found was quite old and it included a download. That just about didn't crash. It included a download for a certain piece of software that can convert your MP3 or whatever file to WAV file. Now, that shows how old it is, because that's not really necessary anymore, because basically anything can do that now. This is not a particularly difficult thing nowadays. Want to import some proper heavy metal into my parks. That would be cool. I remember being in Walibi with some friends. I don't know, like 5 years ago or something. And at the giant Ferris wheel they had a Rammstein playing. Which I suppose counts as proper heavy metal. Thank you both for the follow. Illegible Corn and Rising Potato. Your names feel like they go together. Import the real Jurassic Park theme. No thanks. I like to keep my streams copyright free. And there's a top spin. These rides are really not popular. I mean, it makes sense. There's not much reason to go here. Let's hire some staff. Thank you for the follow, Trasto. Is 30 enough? Probably. I wonder if it's possible for like a mechanic on this side to be called for the mechanic on the other side if there's no path in between. Mechanics can't take the chairlift. What's one feature you wish OpenRCT2 had, but that it doesn't currently? Good question. I'm not sure if I can immediately think of one quick feature. It's mostly a lot of little things. You know, there are quite a few still bugs here and there are things that are slightly different from the original. Also, hey, we have double paths, which is something I'm only noticing just now. I'm gonna keep it though. Yeah, higher res default textures. Now that's never gonna happen in OpenRCT2 because that's a shit ton of work. And you know, they all do it in their free time. But that would be nice, and that's why like an HD version of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 would be amazing. Oh, we're out of money. And we're out of ads. Alright, let's go past the first week of June. And let's run all the ads again. Because je voudrais more money. Oh, we just got a merry-go-round. I saw someone starting it on GitHub, and I'm like, yeah, I'll come back in 5 years when it's halfway done. Pretty much. Maybe better pathfinding for the guests. The pathfinding doesn't really bother me all that much, to be honest. Maybe it's because I've unconsciously learned to build my path around it. Like, my paths are usually fine and guests don't really get lost on them. Like, don't get me wrong, I think better pathfinding would be great. Why am I starting this path? I won't be able to finish it. Better pathfinding would be great, but it doesn't bother me that much. We are actually making already quite a bit of money each month from rides. So we're doing quite alright. It's just that, well, I spent about a third of all the money I had starting off on this path alone. I haven't been very wise with my money. Also, this kind of disgust... Whoops. That kind of disgusts me. Like, why is that not... Bum, 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 bum. Why is it not like that? Dude. Like, what about... Ugh. 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 That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. Now, this one is fine because, you know, even though it is on the dead end, the path continues to the exit. So I can understand it. But, you know, in this one, where these two weren't paths, it's for no reason where the two weren't queue line. It's really weird. Thank you for the follow. How do I use her? It's just, I mean, this is at least a, you know, a circle of path. So that's fine, I suppose. Looks like we got a crash. Rip the park rating. This one crashed. Ouch. I don't know why though, because in testing... Oh, that's a lag spike. It only went up that high. How did it go that much higher with guests on it? Well, I'll make it go one slower. Ah, hang on. That was one slower and it went taller? Okay, so this is 96. And this is gonna be 93. Now I understand why 96 crashed. Because at some point it was going slightly faster and then it didn't go too slow for bugging out anymore or whatever. Yeah, and this is 90 again, same as 96. I feel like the 96 is going slightly not high enough due to some kind of bug, but when guests get on, suddenly it gets heavier, which means it goes faster, which doesn't cause the bug, which makes it go the normal height again for 96. I feel like that's what's going on. You know, eventually guests will think this one's safe again. My park rating is sitting very still at 909 and I think it's bugged. Since I have harder park rating on and I don't have force park rating on. I mean, you can easily test that by drowning a load of guests and seeing if your park rating goes down. And if it doesn't, then your park rating is just good. Because it doesn't sound impossible what you're saying. Not at all. We're not making a lot of money, are we? The staff I have is quite expensive. I don't think we need 30 handymen. I think 14 will do. We don't need entertainers. There we go, much better. Thank you for the follow, Rockery93. Let's make this path into a circle. Fire all my staff for 5 minutes. Hang on, I'll do that after I've built this path. Just gonna finish the job that I started. Well, that might actually not be too bad of an idea. Since gonna save me a lot of money. Did you do the mandatory sacrifice to the RCT gods? We've already drowned a guest. Thank you for the bits, bro. So I suppose, yeah, the sacrifice has been done. And since we need money, I'll take this time to put some benches in the bins, which is very cheap anyway. And in the meantime, we'll get some money. You told Sunday that the build... No, I said that that one was the second most expensive team killer. And I indeed had the Hyper Twister in mind. Hey, thank you for the 100 bits, Slime. Oh, you're trying to go on a bit war? Yeah, I'm trying to outbid each other. It depends on if my brother engages. Although I have one better for you, Slijn. He once did 10 gifted subs in one go. Don't think you've done that. You have gifted quite a few subs though, so I'm still very, very grateful. I was just trying to defend my brother here. As is my job. As his brother. Damn you, Marcel. If I didn't have gotten a speeding ticket this month, I would have got it. I would have done it. Well, then drive more carefully, I suppose. Witchwake has tiered 500 bits. Well, thank you. Bit war. Well, yes, I would appreciate the bit war for obvious reasons. Also, there is a hype train approaching. There's disgusting path with a monorail 1 entrance. Not really see it, but might be. It'll be fine though. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub to my brother, Slijn. Do you have a brother named Bob Vos that's a painter? I do not. Thank you for the follow, Fauna Tide. Triceratops Dodgem Cars 1 has broken down. Alright. What's up, Cherbansky? If I gift a sub to the guy that gifted 10 subs, does that mean I gifted 11 subs? I don't think it quite works like that. Because that would mean that if another person also gifted my brother a sub, he would also have given 11 subs. And that doesn't really work. Thank you for the follow, Beningle666. I don't have food stalls and toilets and stuff on this side of the park yet. Alright, more ads. So, you know what's funny? Last Wednesday, so exactly a week ago, on that day I finished 2 videos. Thank you for the video, for the bits, Stradiax Bomb. I finished 2 videos, and I felt like I had a good week in terms of, being productive on videos. This time, I felt like I've had quite of a bad week in being productive. Yet, I've still finished 2 videos in the week, which is exactly how much I need to keep up my schedule. Yet, I felt not very productive, which is kind of weird. I finished one today, and the other one I finished on Sunday, I think. Color a ride of your choice. Make the Mango Muncher colored yellow. Alright. I mean, it doesn't look bad, it's just kind of not done. Yeah, I know it's fine not being productive from time to time. I just think that it's particularly weird that... I can rehire staff again, good. That is weird that I'm feeling not very productive. And to be honest, I've taken a lot of time off, but... Well, not really taken time off on purpose, I've just basically done nothing a lot of the time. Well, nothing in terms of making YouTube videos. I've done plenty of stuff, but I still finished 2 videos, which I'm very happy with. I kind of want to work at a rate faster than 2 videos a week so that I can kind of build up a buffer. And that way I can more easily focus on larger projects, you know, 15 minutes videos and stuff like that. Because then I'll have the time. And I did build up a buffer like that. I finished 4 videos in a week a few weeks ago. But that was specifically so that I could watch my brother's kitties without having to work during that time. So I lost that buffer. Thank you for the 250 bits, Witchwake. I appreciate it. I agreed to this. How to build functioning double paths. Yeah, that's not gonna happen here. I can't be bothered. I really can't be bothered to fix all those paths. And the thing is, in OpenRCT2, these normal double paths are mostly fine. But it's mostly triple paths that are bad. But even in OpenRCT2, every now and then, double paths will be a problem and cause staff and guests to get lost. And that's why I still discourage anyone from building them. Now, if you already have a lot of them and you keep them, you know, like in this scenario, you'll mostly be fine. But if you have the option, just don't. It's not that I'm burning out the Opnik, not at all. It's just been, you know, I don't know. I'm not burning out at all on the Roller Coaster Tycoon. Thank you for the 100 bits line. It's great to be in the stream, but alas, I got up early. Because I have stuff to focus on for the time being. Enjoy the bit. Alright, you're in New Zealand. No, thank you. And good luck with whatever you need to focus on. Okay, that's all the benches and the bins. And we've made quite a bit of money. First, though, let me build some food stalls on this side of the park. No, we already got a hamburger bar. Let's make that a chicken nugget stall. And you, and you, and do. Thank you for the follow. Comman15. I had Coasters Valley randomly. A valley, oh you mean... Suddenly like get stuck in a valley in the track? Thank you for another 100 bits line, and apparently we have a hype train. Nice. Can we reach the next level? What's my favorite dinosaur? To be honest, I was never that much into dinosaurs as a kid. You know, they were always cool, but I was never a massive dinosaur fan. So I don't have a specific favorite dinosaur. I am quite a fan of, you know, those kind of big sauropods. Your Diplodocus, your Apatosaurus, Brachiosaurus, whatever you want to call them. I believe, you know, stuff like that changes all the time. So I was supposing one of those. Oh, right, there's a coaster there. Can I go under there? I can. This is not really... I thought this puzzle was going to be easier, but it still works. Do you know about the Velocicoaster in Universal Orlando? Nope. Well, now I do. Well, I still don't know what it is. I just know that something in Universal Orlando exists called the Velocicoaster. You know, the reason I built this path is just to make sure that this is a circle. And I'll just, you know, do that. So that not as much stuff is on dead ends. Because I don't like the stuff being on dead ends. How much are we making a month in rides? We're going to near 10k this month, which is pretty good, pretty good. I like that. And we're spending a lot on marketing. We could do less of that. Yeah, that end, this is not really what I wanted it to be, but you know, it's fine. I could have gone underground. It's fine anyway. Alright, let's build a stand-up coaster. I like stand-up coasters. Where do we have more space? You know what, let's build it here. That should be enough for 3 trains. Let's make this the first coaster into the valley. There we go. Too high for sport, because it's a really steep bank. Steep bank, steep slope, whatever. And there we go. What's up, mixed stone? Let's do the ghost train thingy. And... no, it is too high for a loop. I kind of do want a loop though. Or can I do a corkscrew? Is it going too fast there? Oh, only one way to find out, eh? It's actually perfect. Can I go in the ground like that? Wonder. I don't think I can. I think I tried that out recently. Okay, there's no way for me to go from there, so I'm gonna have to... yeah, do that. It's kind of unwieldy, but, you know, it'll be fine. Imagine being eaten by a T-Rex while riding a roller coaster. I mean, imagine being eaten by a T-Rex, period. Imagine T-Rexes existing at the moment. Oh, we got the hype train. It's a small hype train, but I'm still very thankful for it, so thank you all. This is kind of a weird coaster, but it'll do. There we go. We don't have a lot of money left anyway. I'm going to chill on the marketing because we have enough guests in the park now that they'll kind of, you know, give us a lot of money. And also, if I keep marketing like this, I'll complete the scenario in like less than 2 hours in. Which is not ideal. Stand up, red and black. Alright. What if I do it the other way? Ah, that looks ugly. Never do that. How about these kind of trains? Make a very small train called the hype train. I can do that. Sounds fun. I don't have a train available, but I do have a monorail. Which I suppose is the next best thing. Let's build it here. There we go. It's the hype train. So, I'm going to talk about speed skating again, because I like speed skating. This weekend will be the Japanese National Championships, which I am very excited for. Because Japan has quite a few really good speed skaters. Naoko Daira, Mio Takagi, Saitaro Ichinoue, Yamato Matsui, Tatsuya Shinhama, Yuma Murakami. Yes, ice skating, long track speed skating, or ice skating. There are a lot of good Japanese skaters. And the track that they'll be on, I think I'll be in Nagano, is quite a fast ice track. Quite a fast rink, so probably gonna be seeing quite some good times from there. Which is very exciting. You know what's fun? Yesterday I tweeted about the top 10 fastest openers ever. So the fastest first 300 meters ever on the 1500 meters distance, skated on a low altitude rink. And it's funny because the first one is 22.89 seconds. Then the second one is 23.10, so it's 0.21 seconds slower. But the 10th one is 23.20, which is only a tenth of a second slower than the second one. So they're all very close together, and there's suddenly a huge gap between number 2 and number 1. So I tweeted that top 10 and I noted the huge gap, which is odd. And, you know, I wondered out loud in the tweet, when will it ever be beaten? Because the fastest is from 2006, a long time ago. And then the skater who skated that fastest opener responded to it, saying, no one's dumb enough to try to beat that. Which is just amazing that he actually responded. I mean, I did tag him, but still. Also responded quite quick, within like 15 minutes or so. And it's not the only time that's happened, because I also tweeted about the fastest 1000 meter openers. Like 2 weeks ago, or 1.5 weeks ago. And some Canadian skater said, and I specifically, you know, wondered if some Canadian skater could beat that, who was going to skate a few days later on the 1000 meters. And he was like, I don't know, but I'll have to try. And he beat it. He skated the fastest opener ever on the 1000 meters. And then I tweeted about that, and then he responded for that. With going this fast hurts. That's just amazing. But it's also amazing that kind of... Because I'm not sure if he would have gone for it if he didn't know that, you know, the fastest ever was beatable. So it might be that I caused that, partly of course. Not entirely, but I partly caused that to happen. Which is, I think, quite an amazing thought. That I, as, you know, just some guy in his room with a Twitter account, can have that kind of influence. Alright, let's actually use this trick, because I don't want these queue lines to get screwed up. I mean, I didn't put any of the physical effort in. Not at all. Luckily, I don't have to. Yeah, I encouraged him to go for it. That's what I meant, of course. What do you think of an RCT-style Minecraft texture pack? I mean, if that would exist, I would probably give it a go. What's up, Azumadayo? Alright, let's open them up. And I think you know what we're gonna do with this. How about all black? Nah, you know it. The funny thing is that not only, you know, I like rainbow Ferris wheels and stuff. But other than that, it's also Not bad for attracting, like, I don't know, what was it going to be, like 250 guests or something like that? I think a Ferris wheel attracts like 30 or 40. But still a few hundred guests. It's not bad. The thing I like about rainbow Ferris wheels is that, well, they're very pretty. Which is nice, I like rainbows. They're actually not bad from a functionality perspective. And they're also kind of a subtle pro-LGBT thing, I suppose. Without explicitly saying it. Well, I said it just now. Yeah, pride, that was the word I was looking for. Alright, do I have enough money to finish this path? That's the question. I do not. Well, there goes all the money. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. These support... I mean, I've mentioned this before, I've made an entire video about it, but these path supports are the most expensive supports in the game. These path supports are more expensive than these coaster supports. It's ridiculous. Also, you know what ride has the most expensive supports? The Hardline and the Mini Golf for some reason. That's absolutely crazy. Can't you make the chairlift faster than that? Oh, I can. That's not a bad idea. I didn't build these chairlifts, so... otherwise I would have done it immediately. I never build chairlifts that don't go 14 kilometers per hour. Oh, color or ride of your choice. I think I might have missed that, Yarsnell. Apologies for that, but you can still, you know, say it again. And I'll do the coloring. Also, pick a coaster type for me to build. Speaking of hardlines. Do I have the hardline available? No. I do not. So, that's gonna be a no. Oh, I can make the chairlift go 255 kilometers per hour if I used cheats, which I'm not doing today. So that's gonna be a no. It's really unfortunate. I looked into it. I don't think there is a way. Oh, you did the color black and red. I actually did that, but I didn't realize that you did the channel point reward for it. That's funny. But that ties into what I was going to say. There is no way, I believe, to have channel point things, like when you redeem a channel point reward, to have that make a noise. Hang on, why aren't they going? There's a minimum waiting time of 25 seconds? That's stupid. Okay, the single rail coaster thingy. You mean the mini suspended or the steeplechase? There are kind of two of them. Suppose these all have a minimum waiting time of 25 seconds. Yes. Alright, steeplechase it is. Do guests get tired walking up and down sloped paths? I'm not sure. For the steeplechase though, we now have enough money to finish this path. There we go. Thank you for the 12 months, Nick. Yes, I've been streaming for a year. Well, actually, someone did 12 months. I think Akrane did it. Last stream. So last stream was, I think, my, streaming for a year stream. But still amazing. And thank you for supporting me all the way. Thank you for the follow, Buster. 1601. First guest that walks over your new bridge should drown. Well, that's not gonna be from that side. There's still no entry sign there. There's gonna be this fella. Guest 1477. Poor guy. Or girl. Or well, basically non-gender. I don't think they really have genders here. Bye-bye. Yeah, do 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 do. And they're dead. Alright, let's do some of these, and after that we'll do the steeplechase. Oh, I got a car right, nice. The drop was beautiful, thank you. I try to kill my guests with beauty. Alright. That's finished. So let's do a steeplechase. Now I kind of need... I need to stay up here with the steeplechase. Since there is just no way I can... You know, the support limit is not high enough to go down this cliff. Color right of your choice. Alright, and thank you for the follow. Bloodfin48. Let's have the steeplechase station here. Yeah, like that. Could you color one of the monorail rides on the sides of the park as follows? I can. Let's see. Grey. Olive green. That's dark olive, that's normal olive. White. Liquid white, as Bob Ross always says. And the vehicle's white and olive green. There you go. It's not a bad color scheme. I'm not sure why, but the steeplechase is a bad ride that I just kind of like anyway. It just looks nice. That's fine. Like, the mini suspended is kind of famously the worst ride in the game. Well, worst coaster. But it still looks pretty. In the right circumstances. So, I 100% understand what you mean. And there's, of course, nothing wrong with that. Now, if you liked the hypercoaster, that's a whole different story. You would have been banned from my chat, but... You know... Steeplechase, fine. Now, let's go up. Oh, hang on. Can we do that? Yes, we can. Nice. That's a very... randomly, a very fitting quote at number 122. Can we do a photo section? No, we can't. Alright, that's the steeplechase finished. Chairlift 1 has broken down. Well, fix it then. Not paying you to stand around. Stupid mechanics. Also, this is a CCQL. Oh, we actually got Racing Raptors. That's pretty cool. I didn't know those cars existed. Have you tried turning your chairlift off and on again? Well, the problem is it's just turned off and I can't turn it on again unless it gets fixed. These cars are pretty cool. Look at that. Yeah, the Velocicoaster Steeplechase Edition. Honestly, I think I did quite a nice job on this steeplechase. I think it's fairly well paced. It's fairly compact. I like it. Oh yeah, don't forget the jungle entrance. I've been forgetting that on a lot of rides. Alright. How much can we charge for this? Stats are not quite yet available. How much are we making a month? We can pay back some loan. We're making a lot per month. More than 12,000, which is good. Call the coaster Clever Girl. Oh, I like that. Thank you for the bit, Slang. You did it. You actually made a good steeplechase. I indeed did. Well, good. I mean, I say it's good. I don't know how realistic it is. Well, we can charge 12 bucks for it. It's quite a lot. Need some nice scenery. I could do that. How about... Okay, the volcano doesn't fit anywhere. I mean, I don't think we have a Velociraptor scenery bit, but we do have a T-Rex. So we had like 2 of those. These are synchronized dance poses. We do have a Pterodactyl. Like some other giant animals. And of course we have bones. Some nice trees and stuff. I could either do swamp plants or I can do like these kind of trees, which fit well with... not too well. But they're fine. Also, I'm excited for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're gonna do karaoke again for the first time in, well, since Corona. And although I'm not a great singer, I'm, you know, I'm better than absolutely terrible. And I really like it. It's a shame though that at the karaoke bar they don't have Nightwish songs. I mean, it makes total sense, since it's not as simple as just getting any song. There's the whole industry behind it. I don't know how it works. But I would pay very good money to have a chance to do like Nightwish and other metals karaoke for a night. I really like it. Might be the best reason to do most things, really. Yes. Because, you know, I can't sing. I can, you know... when I say I can't sing, I mean I'm not by any means a good singer, or even a decent singer. I can hit a certain note, sure, but it doesn't really sound good. But I love doing it. And I sing a lot. When I'm, you know, just have music on or whatever. Because I like doing it. And that basically goes for doing anything. I mean, you know, you like My Little Pony and you're a brony. It's fine. You know, you like watching it. You like anime, you're kind of a weeb. That's fine, you like it. It's funny because steeplechase stats. 480, 512, 367. There is a YouTube channel called heavy, look like black metal werewolf or something like that. And well, he's a guy who really likes his black metal. Not just black metal, basically any kind of metal. Well, most kinds of metal at least. And that's fine, you know, he makes videos about, you know, he's on, you know, things that suck about metal shows, about metalhead things that are great about being a metalhead, those kinds of videos. You know, it's fine videos. But one of his videos was Metalhead Confessions. That was basically him saying things that he likes that aren't, you know, considered metal. And he said it in as if, you know, usually he would feel ashamed for it, but he doesn't because he shouldn't. And I'm like, why would anyone feel ashamed for that? It was like pretty normal things. One of them, I'm not exactly sure what it was. It wasn't knitting, but you know, something in that kind of stuff with like string or whatever. I forgot what exactly it was. And I'm like, so what? You like that? It's not that doesn't make you not metal. Crotcheting, maybe. It's been a few years, so I'm not exactly sure what it was. There are people whose entire personality is the music genre they're into. Yeah, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Especially teens have that a lot. You know, recently the teens who are into, example, Billie Eilish. You know, especially with teens, it's fine. And you know, if your personality is being metal, that's absolutely fine. I just don't think people should ever judge you for that. How goes the roller coasting? The roller coasting goes quite well. Name a ride of your choice. What's it gonna be? Hey, we actually got themed cars here. We got caveman cars. Okay. Hey, thank you for the 2 months, Azumadaya. Azumadayo. Thank you. Name the go-kart at Heavy Metal Knitters. Alright. For having a silent T, crocheting feels like the least likely silent T words. Yeah, how do you pronounce it? Crocheting? Crocheting? I'm not sure. I mean, there is no T in the word. Oh, crocheting. Crochet. Oh, crocheting. That's weird. So that T is actually silent. Why? Like, why? English, you be crazy. The word is le French. I suppose that makes le sense. English is still le weird. You know what's another funny example of being judged for what you like? I have a friend who I've been playing, you know, my Pokemon and Mario games with for over a decade now. Since about 2009 or so, when I got a Nintendo DS. And back in high school, we were in the same class. He especially was like wanted to keep it quiet from the rest of the class that we played those games, that we played Nintendo games, because he was kind of ashamed of it, which I never got. And how I found that out is at some point, for some reason, which I might tell later, I had a private lesson an unintended private lesson from a teacher. And being alone in the class made it so we were done much quicker than usual. So we just, we had a bit of chit-chat at the end. And, at some point, the topic of video games came up, and I mentioned, video games that I play. And, later I told him that, because, the whole reason for the private lesson was an interesting story. And he was kind of shocked, like, you didn't tell her that we play Mario, right? And I was like, yeah, what of it? And, then he told me that he didn't want the school to know. But in uni, that kind of turned around, because kind of everyone did it. And it was suddenly more kind of cool instead of not cool to play Pokemon and Mario and whatever. Which is really weird if you think about it, how that kind of just swaps around. And I never felt ashamed for it. Yeah, Pokemon's the most cool about among young kids and 20-somethings, basically. That's basically what happened here as well. Like in primary school, anything's fine. It's the kind of stuff that you play. But then in high school, it's suddenly, you need to be cool, and, if you play games, you need to be shooters, or, like, epic adventure games or whatever. Not Pokemon. It's weird. And then in uni, it basically becomes, well, you do you, whatever. And I also did play Call of Duty in high school. Quite a lot of it. I got more than 100,000 kills on Modern Warfare 2. Okay, hang on. Imagine being in one of these pods at the top right now, just falling down. In the Enterprise. What the hell? That's gotta be painful. And then it just starts going again. You sit on the ceiling eventually, and then it just starts going again. And then you're absolutely screwed. Thank you for the follow, rapidly rotating panda. How many times did I prestige? All 10 times. I reached prestige 10 level 70. I suppose I'll also tell the story of how I got that private lesson. Because I had a slightly different schedule than my friends. And especially, I was specifically in a different biology class. And I had the 6th hour free, 6th period, and I got biology on the 7th period. And they were done with the school day after their 5th period. So we went to the city. Went to the mall, bought some snacks, went to the roof of the mall, chilled out there, and then they went home and I went back to school for my biology class. But the rest of the class, or the rest of my biology class, apparently tried to swap from the 6th to the 7th, from the 7th to the 6th hour, because apparently everyone had that hour free, so that they could go home an hour earlier. And the teacher had 6th period free. So it was possible with her, but she said, I only want to do it if everyone is here, so that I don't have to give the lesson twice. Because, if she teaches some kids an hour earlier than planned, and then the other kids show up at the pre-planned hour, they still need their lesson, of course. Thank you for the 5 months, RP. Well deserved. Thank you. But I obviously wasn't there. I'd already gone to the mall. I didn't know about it. I only heard it later that happened. So they told her that I was ditching school that day, which wasn't that hard to believe, since I did do that every now and then. Although, never really entire days. Mostly cases where I had like 1 hour and then French or whatever. And I, like one free period and then French. And I just skipped French. So they lied to her and they got their biology class an hour earlier. A period earlier. But then, at the very end of that class, I showed up. Just as they were coming out of the classroom, I was waiting there, you know, for biology class. Because I didn't ditch school that day. And the teacher was pissed. Not at me, obviously. I didn't do anything wrong. That the rest of the class even tried to act surprised. Like, oh my god, Marcel, where have you been the entire day? And I wasn't gone. I was at school the entire day. They knew that. And the teacher was, yeah, quite pissed at them. But yeah, you know, I still had a right to my biology lesson. So I got a private lesson. We were done at like 20 minutes. Instead of the 50 we got. I don't think they got any consequences for it. But she was pissed. I got honors because of the perfect attendance despite being a C average student. Perfect attendance is absolutely stupid. What if you're sick? Or have some other reason to not be at school suddenly? Like, a lot of things can happen that cause you to not have perfect attendance. Going to school while you're ill is not a very good idea. Perfect attendance wasn't a thing at my school anyway. I don't think it's very much a thing at Dutch schools. In fact... Okay, being sick still counts for perfect attendance. If you bring a doctor's note... Yeah, that's still stupid. You wouldn't need a doctor's note. If I wake up and I feel like crap and I puke, you know, when I'm like 14 or whatever, 15, and my mom calls the school and says, you know, Marcel can't come to school today. You know, that's literally happened a few times. Then I wouldn't need a damn doctor's note. Like, you know, it'll take me 2 or 3 days to recover. Maybe even just 1 day. And I'll be fine. Any ride, salmon pink. Alright, well, I want this to be a tree. I'll make the other monorail salmon pink. Also, what's up, Neri? What's the hardest high-level language and why is it C++? I haven't tried a lot of them, so I wouldn't know what the hardest is. You always needed a note if you're off, otherwise just skipping school. Doesn't one of your parents or legal guardians calling into the school saying they're sick count as a note? Because it does where I live, which is a civilized nation. Yeah, how do you bring a note when you're sick? That's a very good question as well. Afterwards. But why would I bother the damn doctor for that? Doctor's got better things to do. You know, actual sick people that need their help. If I got the flu, I'll just, you know, I'll stay at home a few days. Until whenever it's over, and then that's fine. Alright, let's build a coaster. We have plenty of money now. Although, let's first pay back that with that loan. It's also a weird thing, you know, we're talking about school right now. It's also a weird thing with work, which works very much the same in America. Well, a lot of places, not all places, of course, in America, but, you know, you need a doctor's note if you're sick for work. You know, I was once sick for work, and I just called in, said, you know, I woke up, I woke up when I had to wake up for work, but I was feeling like crap, so I just called in, said, I can't come to work today, I'm sick, and they just said, okay, that's fine, you know, hope you get better soon. And that was it. That's just, you know, I went back to work the next day because I felt better. I wasn't very sick. And that's it. That's how it worked. And I can't see any reason for it to not work like that. That's a massive drop. It is. It is 49.5 meters. Yeah, we only need a chat with the company doctor if we are sick for more than 2 weeks. I have never been sick for more than 2 weeks. I think the longest I've ever been sick is about 4 days. Which I think was between Christmas and New Year's in 2017? I think maybe 18? A few years ago. That's the longest I've actually been sick, which is not, you know... If you're sick for longer than that, it usually is something more than just a flu. Yeah, sick days are a really weird concept. Now, of course, it makes sense that if you're sick for more than, you know, a certain period of time, the company wants to know what's up. Hence, you know, we need to see the company doctor if we're sick for more than 2 weeks. Or at least, you know, have some kind of doctor's note or whatever. But that makes total sense. But the fact that you only have a certain amount of sick days... You know, I remember seeing some articles about people at some American company donating their sick days to their co-worker who had cancer and had ran out of sick days. I'm like, that's making me so sick in the stomach that I need some sick days. Like, what the hell? Is school compulsory in Europe? Yes. Well, in the Netherlands. I think in probably every European country. Vatican might. I don't think the Vatican has a school. But yeah, it's compulsory up until 16, I believe. Yeah, it is nice of the co-works, of course, no blame to them, but still, the fact that that's necessary. Did you know that the Vatican has a papal density of 1.2 popes per square kilometers? That might be a typo, because it's 2.2. Hang on, I wonder what that's... My company actually gives you a bonus for not taking sick leave. Yeah, that's a terrible idea. It basically means that, you know, you got the flu. Either come into work and, you know, endanger others. Expose them to the flu. Or make less money. That was the auto mod that did that, RP. I had to manually approve your message. It is fine. I haven't been paying attention at all at how the ghost train is doing. Or really what I'm building. Well, it's kind of running out of money. Well, it was the fucked that you said, RP. Even without the U, it still detected it. I'm fine with it. just that maybe I should try to configure the auto mod a bit. Okay, looks like we need more chain lift. How am I doing though? I'm doing fairly well. I feel I've had a really unproductive week, I feel, yet I've still started and finished 2 videos. Alright. These are all, okay, so all those mechanics were heading to something for an inspection. Either they're not able to keep it, well no, they are able to reach the other side, so that's not a thing. I thought they were being assigned rights they couldn't reach, but that's impossible. So, never mind that. This is a hell of an expensive coaster. You know what? Let's actually do that. I like that. Let's do another one. Why not? Nice thing about water splash is that they're kind of foolproof brakes. Because they break terrain, but they can't break. Unbreakable brakes. I wasn't planning on making it this long, but it is this long now. There you go. I quite liked your short new video, by the way. Thank you. I was amazed you could take a small topic and still get some interesting facts out of it. Yeah, you're not the only one who's like it, because it's done exceptionally well. Okay, given how long this is, I want a longer station for 3 trains. It's outperformed all expectations. This coaster feels like a doodle made while on the phone. Yeah, well, basically it did that because, you know, I was being quite opinionated about your sick leave and stuff in America and how it works in the Netherlands. And I was kind of mindlessly building this coaster during it. It's still quite an epic coaster, I must say. But, you know, you got these turns. What the hell is that? I still like it. Yeah, there is a double path here, which you start with in this scenario. And I could fix it, but that's a lot of work. I'm predicting intensity 14. I'm predicting like 9.5 intensity. Make that new wooden coaster some hideous... What the hell is day glow? I have no idea what that is. Alright, we have to wait for the second train because I changed the... I like neon colors. Ooh, that's bright. Ooh. I like. There we go. It's really funny that I can see the first chat message of a viewer now. At least like 10 people have already said their first message. Oh, 9.99 intensity. Perfect intensity. I love it. But at least 10 people have said their first message during this stream. Yeah, calculated. This is amazing when you just like when you reach 2.80 lateral Gs. That's another perfect feeling. Yeah, I can see that that's your first message, Butter Mario. Who said their first message during this stream? Well, quite a few. I mean, I don't have like a history of it, but you know, when your message shows up in the chat, Twitch gives me a little notification. Well, notification like it's highlighted and says viewer's first message. No, not name and shame the lurkers. Who said that they're lurkers anyway? It might be like their first or second stream. I mean, yeah, Butter Mario wasn't following me, so there's a decent chance that they haven't been watching for a long time. Thank you for following, by the way, because you are following now. Okay, let's make this Jurassic style. And let's open it. Hey, thank you for the Prime sub, Bertomatic. I appreciate it. I'm trying very hard to not study by chatting in a stream I've been following for a while, but haven't really chatted really. Eventually you should study though. Studying is important. Name a ride of your choice. Did you mean to do build a ride of your choice? Since any water ride doesn't really follow it, name a ride of your choice. I have a dinghy slide and a log flume available. I'll build a log flume. That's fun anyway. Kind of running out of space though. Because, you know, you can't really build a log flume down here because of the low support limit. But I could build a station here. Yeah, that'll work. We'll do an S-bend. I'll be creative. Now, I can't put it on the bridge. The support limit is not nearly high enough for that. You see, that's the support limit we got. What's the scenario goal? Look at the top of the screen. Does your iconic corkscrew coaster have an official name? Not really, other than, I suppose, the Marcel corkscrew. You know what, we'll go around that. It's not really a name I came up with, but people have dubbed it that, kind of. So I'm kind of going with it, because, you know, why not? $20 umbrellas. That's not a bad idea, actually. I completely forgot about it. Speaking about $20... hang on. Okay, that's good. Speaking about $20 umbrellas, that video is doing amazingly well. You know, most videos get a lot of views in the first week or so. And then they kind of flatten out. But the umbrella videos just keeps going. It's not the first video I've had that does that, but first video in a while that does that. It's like at like 80,000 now. It's doing very well. I'm really happy with that. I did kind of expect it for that video. It's funny that sometimes I can predict quite well how a video will play out. For example, for the empty airfield tutorial, I was like, this is not going to do too well at the start, it's going to do alright. And then, but it will keep gaining views over a very long time. Slowly. But surely. And I was right, because the empty airfield tutorial has more than 300,000 views now. And there are certain other videos where I predicted that with. There are also others that I've predicted that would go the other way. Get a lot of views initially, but slow down really quickly. But there are also videos where I thought I knew how it would play out and I was entirely wrong. My last two videos are examples of that. My landscapes video, how many landscapes are there, did quite terrible. And I expected it to do really well. And my path trick video did amazing, while I expected it to do like average. Thank you for the follow. Silent Drop Hole. Silent Drop Hole. Or Drove Hole? Might be Dutch, might be English. Well, you know, I'm still really happy with the landscape video. Oh, hey, yeah, there's a photo section freaking out. Well, not anymore, because not enough cars, but if we quickly reset it. It was freaking out for a bit. There we go. It's making photos of empty boats. I'm really happy with the landscape video still, because it spawned a lot of interesting discussions. And, you know, that's also part of what makes videos fun. Those peeps will get 30 copies of their photos. Which peeps? There are no peeps in these boats. Can you make a lift go underground? I think so. I don't have a lift in this scenario, but yeah, I think you can make it go underground. You can't make one that goes underwater. I mean, if you go underground and then, you know, raise the water above it, that's possible. But you can't build any ride that just goes, you know, through the water into the ground. That doesn't work. Someone looks pukey. Oh right, I forgot to rehire my staff. Yeah, the park rating isn't doing all too well. How are the rides doing? Yeah, we got a lot of broken down rides. Let's fix that. And let's also hire some entertainers to quickly fix the guest happiness. Alright, let's see how much vandalism we have. That's surprisingly none. There's a ton of puke. Oh, there's one vandalism. I see a vandalism. Oh, you meant the chairlift. Yeah, it's here. It easily goes on the ground. Oh, there's another vandalism. We have 2 vandalisms now. Oh, and a few more on this bridge. I'm really positively surprised by that. How few vandalisms we have. That was like 5, 6? This is, you know, 2,000 guests. A lot of puke. I love how quickly the rating just shoots up to 999 again. Does the game actually have a vandalism animation? It doesn't. No. The guest just walks by it and it just suddenly breaks. Color ride of your choice by Black Bandje and pick a coaster type built by Which Wake. Arrow, Looper, Corkscrew Coaster. I do have that available. Let's first do the color ride, because that's quicker. Happy Wednesday, thank you, Derpy Holak. Random pink ride. Alright. Let's do one here, a bit of on the other side of the park. How about this one? You can do that. And that. That doesn't look... It looks quite nice, actually. Must say. Alright, time for a big... one of these. And this one does actually have a fairly high support limit. So we can go all the way here. Boosters. Oh, now we do get too high for supports. Oh, let's go down then. And half. Oops, too high for supports. Alright, let's see how fast it goes here. Slightly too fast. Let's take away 2 boosters. Go slightly slower. Yeah, that's much better. Now that the park is, you know, has kind of you know, started up or whatever. I can't really find the right words, but now that now we have a good park going, we're making so much money that we don't really have to worry about it anymore, which is good. I mean, 25k, if I built like a big hyper twister, that would be gone very quickly still. But we can kind of not worry about it. Does anyone else really dislike the look of the diagonal tracks? Diagonal tracks can be hit or miss. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I really think that this coaster I'm building at the moment is ugly. Well, I'll have to do. But yeah, this is not a very beautiful coaster. So, feel free to tell me that, because it's true. But it does kind of have its charm. Just building random, you know, similar to the wooden coaster. Which kind of just built on top of the flying coaster that was already there. It kind of had this charm that you just built like random coasters there. That's typically Roller Coaster Tycoon. Alright, let's see if boosters can save us here. Alright, we don't have a lot of support limit to play with. Oh, let's just make more boosters. Let's just go down. Why not? We're at 119 kilometers per hour. Not bad, eh? And that. And we're done. Perfect coaster. So many boosters that this coaster should be named Kerbal Space Program. Alright. Yeah, I'm kind of scared that the intensity is too high. It might be like 11 or 12 intensity, to be honest. But it might be another 999 or roughly in that area. We'll see, we'll see. To be honest, I'll be shocked if it's not at least 9. Let's see. What will it be? Come on. Give me stats. Come on. Please. 920. That's lower than I expected. It's pretty good. I like that. 7.0 and 9.2 is not too bad a ratio for the corkscrew. And it doesn't even have interlocking loops. You can charge 1880 for it. Yeah, this is only a 9.2. I'm really surprised by that. You know what two colors really don't work well together? Yeah, this is actually not too bad. But like usually I've found on like B&M tracks, this doesn't really work all that well, the blue and the green. Blue and orange. Blue and orange is fine. A 9.2 with red G's is not particularly difficult. You know, the G's are only slightly red. The thing is, there is no penalty for going into the red for positive and negative G's, only for lateral. So the difference between like minus 1.5 and minus 1.9 is much bigger than the difference between minus 1.9 and minus 2.1, even though on the second one you've gone into the red. So the red, I understand why they have it, but from a gameplay perspective it doesn't really make sense that it is there. Like the one on the intensity and the lateral G's, yeah, that does make sense, because you actually get penalties. And the nausea doesn't have a penalty, and it doesn't turn red, even though guests do not really like it if it has a high nausea rating. With high, I mean like 11 and higher. But yeah, this coaster seems perfectly fine. Goes 119 kilometers per hour, that's not too fast. Oh, we just now unlocked jungle theming. That means we've got everything else, because I didn't enable theming. Yeah, there. Oh, we got shops and stalls left still. I didn't enable those as well. Name a ride of your choice. Go ahead. Earn Brook. Is that Earn at the start? Do you want that also in the name, or? Your cat stole your chair. Good thing she's cute, or I'd be like, move, girl. Oh. Iron Brew. It's themed blue and orange. Yeah, this one as well. I didn't really mean to, but you know, it just happened and it looks fine. It's doing. Yeah, guests are going on it. It's good. It's like Red Bull, but then in the colors of this roller coaster. Ah, so it's probably disgusting. Since I don't like Red Bull and other energy drinks. Okay, let's build a fun air-powered roller coaster. Let's go up. This thing doesn't have a support limit, so that's absolutely fine. Oh, I can't remove that. Alright, let's stay one higher. Still in the way? How goddamn tall is that tree? Alright, I'll go the other way. Looks like the old color scheme from La Via Volta when Walibi was still Six Flags. Wasn't that slightly different? I think it was blue and yellow? I'm not sure. Is the terrain editable? No, it's not my park. It's construction rights. Which is also why I can't remove that scenery. Okay, that's going too fast. And it's definitely going too fast at the bottom. Those are red G's. Still going too fast. See how fast it's going now at the bottom. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, 160 is still too fast. Okay, 157, that's good. Uh, 90? No, we can go one higher, I think. Will it make it? It will, good. And now we can go lower. This is gonna be one hell of a coaster. I need a few straight pieces there. Might need one more. Let's see, does this... Yeah, that's perfect. Actually, no. We can have one fewer straight piece there. And back to the station. Perfect. I love it. This is one hell of a coaster. Welcome back, Neri. The 4 straight pieces that we need here are exactly the station, the length of the station there. You know what? I should put those earlier. Hang on, what was the height of that? 90, okay. I should put these here so that the coaster is more symmetrical. Because now these towers are right next to each other, as they should be. Two stations. It doesn't really work on this ride. It doesn't really work on any launched ride, except the LIM coaster if you put it in block sectioned launched mode. It went very slowly over this hill now. I'm not sure if it will always make it. Where's Max today? I don't know. He has stuff to do, probably. You know, he's got a life. Believe it or not. Ooh, 4 kilometers an hour. It'll be fine, at least it can't crash. It can get stuck here if it doesn't make it, but it won't crash. Because only one train. God, this is a great song, music style. Well, you say it's not 0, so it works. The thing is, station brakes are slightly irregular, and it is possible that sometimes it has a slightly different speed than other times. I actually did make a design that for the air-powered vertical coaster that sometimes made it and sometimes didn't. Didn't have anything to do with guests, because it was just in test mode. It would always make it the first time around, when you just newly spawned in the train. But after that, it would basically be a lottery. Oh, this is nice. Well, pink. Brighter pink. Yeah! I like that. Oh yeah, it could be influenced by guest weight. Although, not entirely, because if it makes it without guests, it will always make it with guests, because it only ever goes faster with guests. This is assuming only one train. With two trains, can have knock-on effects, but if there's only one train, it will only go faster with guests. I might have shown it on stream, Doroki, but it was in the video about the shortest roller coaster with 10 excitement. I believe I didn't mention it in the video, but I think you can see it happen. What stats does this have? 928, 984, 790. And we charge 32.60 for it. How's that for an expensive ride? I like it. What's the average speed? 82. It's quite fast. I would never pay that for one roller coaster ride. Neither would I, but these guests are stupid. I'm not even advertising, and the guest count is still going up quite steadily. That means I'm raising my soft guest cap quite well. Faster than usual, interestingly. You're gonna need more ATMs. More ATMs ain't a bad idea. Although at this tempo I'll beat the scenario in like 15 minutes, which is a bit quick. It looks really nice near the woody. I suppose. I didn't really go for a nice theme this park. I basically went for ugly coasters. What if it was a 10-hour coaster? I wouldn't go on a 10-hour coaster if you paid me. Well, I suppose it depends on the coaster, of course, you know. If you're like laying in a very soft bed and you're served, you know, 5-star meals on the coaster, and it has, you know, specific rest bars and whatever, sure. But a 10-hour coaster like this? No, 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 no. I mean, yeah, that's just an airplane, basically. Well, I mean, it would have more sections like that. I've built a lot of flat rides. I suppose that helped with increasing the soft guest cap. Because coasters do increase it by more than flat rides. But flat ride you easily build a lot more of. Thank you for the follow. It's MZ. Build another one of these. We're getting rich. We're making almost 30k a month. I don't even need my ads. I think barely any guests are leaving. How many admissions have we had? Well, almost 4,000. Quite a lot of guests have left, actually. This is not my best ratio. We've just gotten a lot of guests. Yeah, you have those parabolic flights. Tom Scott's been one of those. That's how I learned about parabolic flights. Just got recommended one of your videos on YouTube. It's good to see people still love these old games. Well, welcome to the channel. Both the YouTube and the Twitch channel. Did you find out about my Twitch channel from the shoutout I do at the end of the videos? It's MZ. Because if you did, then I'm happy because that means that they actually work. Let's put another go-kart, shall we? You did, nice. You know, it's at the very end of the video, so a lot of people don't watch that bit, which, you know, I don't either when I watch YouTube videos often. You know, when they stop talking and the outro goes, you know, you often quit watching. It's nice to hear that it had at least some effect. Ah, there's also open space there, you're right. Is 222 still alive? 222 was never in the park. 333, neither. We started at like 338. Something, or 388, I'm not sure. 444 is still alive. Clever girl. Well, not for long. Will be dead girl soon. I was just like, oh, I need to watch a mess of these nice solid Twitch shoutout. I can't remember if it was at the end of the vid or just a link in the description. Well, in one of my recent videos I also did one at the start, the one about color palettes. But that's something I do quite rarely. I often also usually check the video description because there's always good info in there. Yeah, I should do that more often. Alright, you're going to die. Alright, I still don't have water. So, we're gonna do the thing. Hang on. We're going that way. So we're going to do the... where is she? There, okay. It's a white shirt. Hang on. Oh, she's right there. Okay, then she'll... This is above the water, right? Yeah, it is. Ah, damn it, I missed her. Ah. That's annoying. Maybe I should just... Missed her again. Alright, now she's falling. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately there's a bit of overkill here. Some collateral damage. But she's finally dead. The park rating did take a little bit of a hit though. I killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 guests. 15 for the price of 1. And the park rating is still 771. The park rating dropped further when we had quite a bit of vomit and a few broken rides. Then when 15 guests suddenly drowned. Wow. That does say something about this universe. What's up, Kuro? I would not go to the Efteling if 15 people mysteriously drowned. I wouldn't either. Not that I'm going to the Efteling anyway. Alright, let's finish this ride. I could have done that without any collateral damage, but hey, where's the fun in that? Oh, we've beaten the scenario. I don't care, I want to continue. At least finish this ride. I didn't drown enough guests to prevent us from beating the scenario. Thank you for the bit, Slime. I appreciate it. Maybe I should have played this without without the right prize manager. It's made it slightly easy. Just blow up all the rides and drown all the guests. All I can do, you know, I'll save it first. What I can do, of course. Oops, wrong way. Whee! Now most of them are not going to die. But they will walk between the dinosaurs for all of eternity. Baba. Imagine being in a chairlift and just seeing everyone fall and drown. The park rating can't take this, can it? No, it's already fallen to almost 0. Good, that's what I expected. Hey, this is a... Check out this one. They're kind of glitching. They're right on the edge of the water. Put one drink stand and one bench down there. I can't actually build anything here. The land's not mine. I can pick them up though, but I can't put them down there again because the land ain't mine. If they are out of the park, they can't leave their tile. Oh, it looks like it, yeah. Yeah, they indeed can't leave their tile because they're not in the park. I hadn't noticed that yet. I knew about it, but I hadn't noticed it here yet. Imagine being stuck like there. I mean, I suppose it beats dying, but still. This is with 4 others on a tiny, like 3 by 3 meter sloped bit of hill. Poor janitor just wants to do his job. Can you still grab him? Yeah, I can still grab him, and I can't drop him back down there. Because the land's not mine. But I can drop them down back in my park. Yeah, there is another bridge. You know what we're gonna do? Since this is now the only bridge in the park. Yabba-dabba-doo. Yabba-dabba-doo. Now we wait. It's gonna be a lot of guests. Hey, we don't have enough guests anymore. Too many have died. We're below 27 minutes again. Because we have low park rating, we're also not going to get any new guests. Because park rating influences guest generation. Time to advertise, yeah. Come to the park where like 50 guests mysteriously drowned. Be locked on a bridge. Only to die. And be killed. There are a lot of guests already here. And there will only be more in the future. This coaster is now entirely useless. Ooh, there are some guests trapped here. Remove the exit path, alright. I wonder, can I still catch him? No, I'm not fast enough for that. Technically it would be possible. But I'm not fast enough. Yeah, well, I've beaten the scenario multiple smiles, so now I'm just kind of mucking about. And right now I'm trapping guests here. And slowly the number of guests here is increasing. And, well, there's water there. It's a trap. Yes, it is indeed a trap. Make another trap over the water. What I can do... is just do that. Make it like... more path over the water. Like that. Because now they'll all die in the water. You need a space between that multiple smiles, between the quote and the number. Can you make two bridges next to each other? Like in your last video? Yes. You know, if I build stuff here, then there's no reason this doesn't work. That works like that. Works perfectly fine. Guests are getting lost or stuck. No way! Ha, the advertising works. We're getting guests again. We're gaining guests. At quite a fast rate. Because we're over 2750 again. Doesn't look that fast. Maybe it's faster on the other side. Ah, doesn't really look all that fast either. Scenery doesn't have a height limit. Well, some scenery does, like trees do, but walls and stuff like that, it doesn't. Alright, it's time. It's time to become a mass murderer once again. Oh, I love the sound of that wooden roller coaster going really fast. Ah, the guests are falling on it while the coaster train is coming through. Nice. That's a lot of dead people. I drowned like 250 guests there, something like that. It's not that many compared to how many guests I have in the park, to be honest. Like, most of the guests are still happily doing their parky things here and here. But yeah, quite a few just died, and it's a wonder that they're not freaking out. I'm not gonna save this. I'm gonna keep it in a pristine state when I saved right before I did that. Park value has also gone down slightly. I wonder what the advertisements say, because I assume that all the guests drowning and dying will be like world news. What do the advertisements say? Don't worry about drowning, they're good swimming lessons. And that somehow works on people. Or, you know, surprise wetness, I don't know. Those drops was the firing of the staff. Well, this earlier drop was in the park rating. This is weekly profit. The drops for, you know, building expensive coasters. Yes, there is an entrance on both sides. One here. And one here. Advertisement. You might die, but there's some really good coasters here. I think I like the sound of surprise wetness. Ah, it sounds intriguing to me. Okay. Let's do a little bit of a fun thing, which we've done before. I bring this to some random bit. You know what? Let's zoom in. There we go. Pick any save file and I'll open it and tell something about it. You guys seem to like that. Sharangi La 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 Land. Alright. Once again, I have not built this. This is a La La Land by someone, well, apparently called Sharangi. I downloaded this from the internet somewhere. Don't remember where. And it has a couple of really cool coasters. And look at this. This is Twister Coaster? Hyper Twister. With, for some reason, banked turns in the middle of the chain lift. And, oh, one's just broken down. Hang on, let me just enable a few cheats. Oh, they're not synchronized anymore. But they are cool rides. We got the Giga Coaster. A swinging suspended coaster. How long is this Giga Coaster? It's 4 kilometers long. It's much longer than it seems. Max speed of 202. Oh, it goes up all the way here. It goes around the entire park. Oh, okay. That's 12.57 excitement. Oh, there's a very tall lift here. We have green water apparently. The Great Cosmic Stream with almost 10 excitement. And this one probably has high excitement too. Yeah, 1036. You know, I've considered featuring shots of this park in my videos, but I didn't make it. So I don't really want to. But it does look amazing. But you know, I don't want the profits of someone else's work. The wooden coaster. Yeah, that's a pretty big one as well. 998, almost 10 excitement. With some, you know, forced path bonus, you could easily get that to 10. And we got some cool synchronized corkscrew coasters here. Well, most stand-up actually. Those can't have under 10 intensity. Oh, oh, there's a corkscrew and a stand-up. Oh, it's not that much above 10. It's 10.01. Well, I was right. This is a flying coaster. Which does have more than 10 excitement. Yeah, finding out who made this is going to be very difficult. Maybe at some point I'll put in the other. I mean, it's only one park. I have plenty of parks myself. Alright. Time to do the same thing. No, that's a lot of big mountains. A lot of GTS, which is boring. You know what? Let's do by date. There we go. How about this? Big one. If we do by name, we can get a lot of like 20 versions of the same parks. But you have very similar names, which is not interesting. Paradise. I think I did not make it. No. This was made by... I don't know. I don't know who made this, but it's pretty easy to see that I didn't. I think you would follow Bram B1. Because this is not my style at all. It's a really nice coaster with all track architecture and stuff. That kind of glitches out. You know, you have your custom support, you have your terrain stuff and custom paths. And all that kind of stuff. Another coaster. Also custom supports. This is your typical NE style park. Obviously very unfinished. But what we have is still really cool. Oh yeah, this building around the 3D cinema. Which if you think about it, which I use quite a lot, it's kind of just a bigger version of this abstract scenery piece. So that works rather well. Although it kind of looks like Mickey Mouse from this angle. Maybe that's what they were going for. Alright, another one. Maybe you'll finally pick one that I have built. There we go. Pick any of them. T-Path. Oh, that's it. That's the entire park. I think this was some kind of example about how to build path and how to not build path. Some kind of like a response to a Reddit post on path on working and stuff like that. I might have made this before yeah, this is one of the examples of how you should do it, not how you should not do it. And I think it might have been before I made YouTube videos. Okay, someone asked Odd Oasis. I'll show off that as well. Because that is a fun park, which I made. Well, I didn't make a scenario, but I built the park. Music's very loud here. Let's turn that down. There we go. I showed off the bathhouse complex last time we did it. It's a lot of mythological theming. Yeah, this is Odd Oasis. And the goal is to have 3,600 guests at the end of year 4. It's a custom scenario made by someone. And I achieved it. And I had so much money that I removed the oasis and turned the desert into grass. You can actually, yeah, you can quite easily see where I did that. I went from 255,000 in the bank to 76,000. And now I'm back at 300,000. I had a lot of money. This was before any kind of plugin, so, you know, I did all the pricing manually. Weekly challenge with the 3 extreme whatever park. I'm not sure what exactly, but, you know, the weekly challenge is a thing. Let's see. Weekly challenge 3 complete. Yes. This was a weekly challenge organized by someone on Reddit, and this was during my show-off phase, where I wanted to show off how amazingly good I was at the game. I mean, I was, but it was still kind of unnecessary. A bit rude every now and then. But yeah, I made a lot of money per month, like 670k. And I basically, you know, did all the challenges to the absolute extreme. It was fun, but it was also a bit, you know, look at me. I'm not particularly proud of that. But it was still fun. Let's turn the music back up. There we go. Much better. Yeah, it does look a bit like some kind of city. This is where I used a junior a lot. This is Bumbly Bazaar, by the way. In case you didn't recognize it. And small coaster made of wood. Well, that's a small wooden coaster, I suppose. Now we've got some other small rides in here. Well, that was not that small. Some pre-builds. I like that one junior coaster. Nice. Right. Next one. Thank you for the follow, Quecky. Date. There we go. Big one. RWE. You guys are very good at... Either you guys are very good at picking... parks that I haven't built, or I just have a lot of parks that I haven't built. RWE is a park made, surprise surprise, by someone called RWE. German player. I think former member of New Element, maybe current still. And, you know, a lot of custom scenery. Nice little clock tower here. It's all very beautiful. But there's not much of a story to this. Well, there is, but not one that I can tell. Since I don't know it. So, someone else asked for send nudes test. Now that, hang on, is someone I can tell a story about. Thank you for the following. Follow Hell Lion 394. Does the clock show the proper time? No, it doesn't. Okay, send nudes test. It's not going to be... That part in particular is not going to be very interesting, but... that's just this. Which is... where I tried to see if I could spell out a letter... and then have guests go on there, but only on there, so the path to it was underground. And I imagined it being a bigger test, but when I had this done, I was like, yeah, that'll be fine, and I just did the final thing. Yeah, this is supposed to be an S. Which resulted in me building a park, and I switched nudes for Mr. Bones to make it kind of a mashup of the two memes. Let's see if I can find it. You see that? I finished the scenario and all the guests released their balloons in the shape of Send Mr. Bones. And that's what it was for. How? Well, I just made the park. This is Octagon Park, by the way, from Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. I made the park in the shape, well, that's in the shape of Send Mr. Bones. And there are underground paths, as you can see here, connecting the stuff. And yeah, that's how that works. Now, normally, that many balloons can't be in the air at the same time. So Broxier made me a custom build of Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 with a specifically an increased limit on the number of balloons that can be in the air. Like, you see still a lot of guests with balloons, right? Everywhere. If I now pass the scenario again, which yes is possible with cheats. See, there are barely any balloons here. A lot of them have disappeared. That is because of the limit of how many balloons can be in the air at the same time. Same goes for here. There were a lot more in the hands of the guests. So I got a custom build that I'm obviously not running at the moment, but I was running right when I did pass the scenario the first time, and apparently the balloons don't disappear once they are in the air, because they were still there when I opened it just now. But yeah, that was an interesting story about this one. How did you time it with completing the scenario? Well, the difficult part was having, you know, I could complete the scenario whenever I wanted. I picked this park on a purpose because the goal is to build at least 10 different coasters with length of 1200 meters and excitement of 7. You can close one of the coasters and open it whenever you need to pass the goal. Easy peasy. And then I just needed to wait and carefully make sure that every letter had roughly the same number of guests on it. Otherwise it wouldn't really work if one of the letters was like almost empty, which was quite a challenge. You notice a lot of no entry signs. And some paths between the letters and stuff, which is how I tried to distribute the guests more evenly. And I suppose the M was particularly undercrowded because due to the no entry signs, it's now overcrowded. So yeah, this was a fun thing. Ultimately, it was just because I had the idea and I wanted to have the screenshot for a Reddit post. I just wanted to be funny on Reddit. This was way before my YouTube channel. It was like 2017. I just wanted to be to get upvotes on Reddit, basically. But at the same time, I learned things about the game. Did it work on Reddit? I think it did decently well. You know, if you check my account, you can probably find it somewhere. I think I did decently well, but yeah, I did learn some things about how the game works, and you know, you learn every time you make something new, even if it's a shitpost. You learn when making it if it provides at least some kind of challenge, which this obviously did. So it's not a waste of time at all. Also, I like building these kind of coasters that just go up and down with very, with the small, steep two-level things on the vertical drop coaster. So it was fun. You got the dev to get you a special build of OpenRCT2 just for a Reddit shitpost. That's correct. Now, one of the upsides of both being very good at the game and being well known in the community, and being very active and a mod in the biggest Roller Coaster Tycoon Discord, which was at the time Roller Coaster Tycoon and Friends, that does, get you some things. Also, it helps that I was, not necessarily friends with Brooks here, and we've never met up in real life, but we were on very good terms, spoke to each other in Discord DMs every now and then, so even if I was basically a nobody in terms of Roller Coaster Tycoon, he might still have done it because we were, sort of friends. So it's not really just the fact that I was kind of a somebody. It's also just, we were kind of friends. Which helps. Here comes another humble brag. I deserve to humble brag every now and then. As does everyone. Alright. Pick one. You see, I don't think bragging is necessarily bad. If you overdo it, it's bad, but that goes for a lot of stuff. If you overdo it, it's bad. Coconut Atoll. You might have seen that featured in quite a few videos. It's a fairly simple park. And I didn't need more than one island. You might have seen this wooden coaster before. I've used it in quite a few parks. Looks like like an island map in Age of Empires. I can see that. And yeah, this is, if I need a shot for a video, something like this is always nice. Which I've used every now and then. Go to a stew park. I know I have stew parks. Hang on. I'll go to my documents and just search for stew in my save folder. Oh, I have a park called stew.sv6 with... Well, that is a stew park. So let's see. Who is Stu? A YouTuber. There we go. This is made by Stu. I suppose it's kind of like a Neptune thing. I mean, here's a trident. This is also some kind of Roller Coaster Tycoon and Friends challenge, I believe. And it's not a classic stew park, to be honest. Nothing about this screams stew. Let's see if we can find a classic stew park. Let's see. That's all not classic stew. I do have one park that's specifically by stew. SGC, that's a super gentle challenge. Maybe I thought I had one. Because this is the drowning challenge. I have another one called the drowning challenge, but that is this one already, I think. What's the smallest, most compact park you've ever made? I mean, I've done a micro park. I've literally done the park called Micro Park. Actually, the smallest park is Urban Park. If you don't buy any land and you don't use any... Well, this is the one. It is 7 by 13, I believe. And, oops, hang on, where's... Well, it doesn't really work, but... This is quite small. And there are merry-go-rounds underground, if you were wondering. In terms of not spamming the same coaster. Well, I don't know about smallest park. I do know about most compact park. And people who have watched those streams will know which park I'm about to open. It's my desktop background. Yeah! My most compact park ever. And I dare to say, if you don't account like systematic building of tiny roller coasters, this might be the most compact park ever made. It's absolutely staggering. Got a cutaway view. We slowly lower it. You can see how absolutely dense. Holy music. It's kind of, it's distorting. Let's turn that down. There we go, much better. You can see how absolutely monstrously dense everything is. Like random stalls, flat rides, like a merry-go-round, some Ferris wheels. Oh yeah, we got rainbow Ferris wheels at the bottom, of course. It's just, it's madness. I don't know how I did this, but I mean I do know. The entire series is on my second channel. I'm really proud of this. I really am. It's absolute madness. The best thing is, you shouldn't go into these kind of things with any kind of plan. Because, you know, I built Electric Fields, the version of this, which is the most complex park I've ever made. Video on YouTube. Go look it up if you want to. But, you know, I can show off the save soon as well. You know, I built that 8 years ago, and I wanted to emulate it. I've tried that several times, but each time I specifically kind of tried to plan it, but it didn't really work. And then this time I just, well, first of all I started it on stream, so I kind of forced myself to continue it, and I also just winged it. And that's what makes this park great. It's just, I just winged it entirely. And just look at that. Yeah, there's some, I mean, there's of course some space with nothing. But yeah, you can't really build much there. Because there's no space to build and to, you know, to build an entrance and an exit from. Yeah, look at all these coasters. It's truly madness. I mean, this element, which is the S-bends going through the loops. And these loops are actually against the park edge. They're just really high up, so it doesn't really look like it. How does the map look? Like that. It looks, well, you can't really make much out of it. We go to the right version. It looks like that. Basically just a giant red blob with some trains on it. And let's go back to 1. There we go. Scaling factor of 1. Ha, looks like Netherlands during a football championship. Nice. Yeah, have fun finding anything on here. Well, I mean, any specific like Ferris wheel or stuff, of course not. But I've built this park over many hours, so I kind of sort of know where stuff is. Yeah, you've managed to catch the end of the stream, and you've managed to catch this park again. I mean, just look at this. There are so many coasters in this park. Let's see, we have 14 dodgems. We have 17 Ferris wheels, 6 Giga Coasters, 8 Haunted Highs, 2 Hyper Coasters, 2 Junior Coasters, 8, well, I think 9 Looping Coasters, 16 merry-go-rounds, 7 observation towers, 8 pirate ships, 31 space rings, 19 spiral slides, 18 twists, 3 twister coasters, 5 vertical drop coasters, and 4 wooden coasters, and a variety of other rides. Yes, I stopped when... This park was finished when we hit the ride limit of 255. We have 255 rides, of which 29 are shops and stalls and 32 are info kiosk and other facilities. So 194 are rides. And we make about 100k a month, which is quite a bit. Would be a shame if someone forced a control failure breakdown on all 16 of those merry-go-rounds. To be honest, I still think that the music of the Dodgems would overpower it. Only 100k. At some point you hit a limit. What if I renew all the rides? Does it go up significantly? I mean, we've hit the sprite limit, I believe, with 7,800 guests. Why so many info kiosks? I don't have that. I only have 6. This is more than just info kiosks. I have 11 cash machines and 13 toilets. That's most of this bit. I mean, I have 10 balloon stalls, which are not all that useful, but, you know, balloons are fun. How much a month if it rains? Not that much, because most guests already have an umbrella. I can't really fast forward it much faster than this, because then you get lag. I mean... Yeah, this is like a half a frame per second. That's not a lot. It is funny that the money from ride tickets that we've made goes up in increments of like 3,000 or 4,000. Which is pretty cool. It's the 10th of March and we've already made 34,000. I mean, this still is faster than, you know, going at ×8 speed. Oh, Summer Air is amazing, Hooverkins. You made a family vacation, montage to that song, and everyone said they like it and asked where it's from. Summer Air is definitely the best music from Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. Easily. Imagine this running on the hardware it was originally intended to run on. Well, OpenRCT2 has introduced a little bit of extra lag. I think, you know, because the pathfinding is a bit more advanced and stuff. Also, you're not supposed to speed it up. So that does make a difference. We still have a slight bit of lag though if I zoom out, even at normal speed. Alright, let's go again. Whoops, wrong one. Pick one. Losing guests. Yeah, if you don't advertise in these kind of parks, you often lose guests. Future Fun Zone. I think this is an RCT... No, it's not. Oh, this is this park where I learned you can have diagonal chain lifts. Like these. Because this is a custom scenario made by someone. I have no idea who. Hang on. Maybe I do. Is it? Yes, it is May and SOS. Who made a scenario pack in the style of RCT1 parks. And we got a diagonal chain lift here. Which I learned was a thing. So the goal is to get at least 6.6 excitement on everything. And the guests prefer intense rides, so 9 or higher. Now my problem with the Giga Coaster was that it wasn't intense enough for the guests to ride. And I didn't have a lot of money when I built it. So I just purposely got too many lateral G's, which increased the intensity to limit to, you know, where guests would actually ride it. The Giga Coaster is so non-intense that you can do that. I mean, you can do it on more rides, but the Giga Coaster is a good example for it. What about the letter GG's? Is that a save file that I have? Hang on. No, it is not. No, instead of letter LG's. Oh my. Dude! You are just the worst, aren't you? My god. Really? Anyway. Hey Marcel, I showed my dad your videos yesterday and he loved them even though he never played the game. That's pretty cool. Say hi to your dad. Anyway. Let's have a bit of a wider array to pick from. I hope you have a good resolution, otherwise you can't read these. Pick one, and it's gonna be the last one for today. Then, you know, I'll find someone to raid. Calc. Let's see what calc is all about. Ah, this is the proof of concept for my calculator. This is basically, I don't think it works anymore, because I think it's slightly broken in newer versions of the game. But change this to boat hire mode really quickly. See if it still works. I wonder. Alright, that looks good. Looks promising. And our second coaster. Ah, it seems to work. Okay, now we're currently doing 1 times 2. I think this is either plus or times, I'm not sure. And then we go there. We're on the ground there. And somewhere there will be a collision. I wonder if that's still timed well. There'll be a collision right here. Because it's not making that. That's good. That's going back. Then it's doing the track switch here. And now the green one is speeding up. So that it can give the yellow one a boost. There you go. And then it ends up at 4, I think. No, 2. Okay, so this is 1 times 2. You know, it can never end up, even 1 plus 2 is not 4. If it ended at 4, that would have been very wrong. Yeah, it is an aggressive calculator, I agree. But it works. And this is a proof of concept of, you know, this is basically, I spent an entire day at work thinking this up. My job at the time was really menial, so I could do my job while thinking about this. Because someone, Ollie414 actually had said, you know, something about, have you built a calculator? And I was like, no, this is something else. Then I was like, hey, I could build a calculator. So I spent all the day at work thinking about it. And when I got home, I basically had this in my head, roughly. Well, not really the design, but I knew what the coaster would need to do. Alright, Zia Azumadaya. I had in my head what the coaster should do. And then I tried to build it. It cost me quite a few hours, I think. These track switches I luckily had designed earlier. So, no, I didn't have to design those again. Which made life a little bit easier. And after I had built this, I was like, okay, I want to make it a lot bigger. But if I want to make it bigger, I need to have some kind of method to it, which I can basically repeat for an infinite amount of times. Because if I have to build it like this, like wing it and build it kind of randomly for not just 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, but like 1, 2 through 9 on both sides, meaning 81 possible collision points, or even 0 to 9, which means 100 possible collision points, that's not going to happen. So I needed some kind of systematic way, which I came up with. Thank you for the follow Prime sub, Mr. Greg. I appreciate it. So if we then go to calculator, which is the calculator, then we are at this. Let's turn out the boat higher. And currently we are on nothing. Let's fix that. Let's do multiply. Okay, this is blue, so it's on multiply. Let's do 5 times 6, which should be 30. And then let's test the ride. This might not work though. Something might have changed. I think this one still worked though. I think it was the 4-track switch which was all screwed up in the next iteration of the calculator, which I never finished. It is basically the same idea, although, you know, the hill is a lot smaller. It's a little bit more optimized. And then we go underground there. And then they have, well, you know, they do what they need to do. They take their path. These sides are mirrored, by the way, so the second half wasn't difficult to build, just a lot of work. And then this one is actually already here doing his back and forth, just like the last one did, only a lot more times, until it reaches the hill where the other train gives it a bump. And that's how it works. And as you can see, this is very methodical. There's a system to this, very systematic. Now the other train should come. Or didn't we... Oh, we need to go one further, apparently. Oh yeah, it says 6, 7, 8, 9. There it comes. Well, that didn't work. It was slightly too late. It should have been a little bit earlier. In which case, that train, the other train would have exploded. It would have pushed it over the hill. So yeah, it's broken slightly, but you get the idea. And, you know, then it just goes on some underground track to 30. And, yeah, the funny thing here is, because of how this works, which I didn't intend at the time, but I figured out while I was building it. You know, these underground tracks, both the purple and blue, but also especially the orange and the yellow, getting those correct took a lot of fiddling, like placing boosters in certain positions, making them slightly longer, all that kind of stuff. But once I had this first row and this first column timed, all the other 81 possible collision points were already perfectly timed. That just falls into place because of how it works, which was completely unintentional, but really helpful. And, I mean, the other side, which is plus, it's just exactly the same, except, of course, you know, the collision points, if they push over the hill, they go to different results. Because it's plus instead of multiple. But this is just... I was so happy with that. And it just I mean, it looks cool. This kind of looks like a circuit board. You know, all the numbers and the different colors. It just looks really cool. Oh, and I'm kind of proud of this track switch. It's not only, you know, you need to have zero clearance on, and you just right click on the color. And then you demolish it, rebuild it. It changes color, and suddenly the train doesn't take that exit. And you do the exact same thing when you want it to take the exit. You right click on it, demolish it, rebuild it. It changes color, and it does take the exit. And I'm really proud of that. That helped me quite a lot of situations, including this calculator. I actually invented it before. Let's see, it's called Choose Your Own Excitement, which is actually the thing that Ollie thought was a calculator. But I've showed this off. I made a video about this. This is, you know, you can choose 1 excitement, 2 excitement, 3 excitement, all the way to 10. And I needed a track switch for that, and I kind of invented it. I've even made a specific video about how to make a track switch, which did horribly terrible, which, to be honest, was quite predictable. And you can actually see that they turn green when the train is on it. No notification for subbing. If you did sub, I didn't see it. Even my activity feed doesn't say so. But yeah, you do have a sub badge, so thank you for subbing, I suppose. Yeah, thank you. Why are there people stuck on the go-karts? Because there's still 1 go-kart empty. Now they're going. There we go. Yeah, the park isn't very much. It was just a slight bit to, you know, give the video some sound or whatever. I mean, the coaster looks like this. It's a bit of a mess. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, you know, the blue track has 1.00 excitement. The green track has 2.00 excitement. The orange track 3.00 and so on. Well, it might not be exactly 0.00 anymore, since OpenRST2, you know, stat calculations might have changed a little bit, so it might be like 5.99 or 7.01 or whatever. But it's close enough. How did you get the different excitements? Like, did you trial and error or had a plan? Well, basically, you don't need to exactly hit the excitement rating. It's easier than you think. You just need to be a little bit below it, and then you just need to add scenery and water and underground and path until you hit the desired excitement rating. The most tricky one was actually the shortest one, 6 excitement. The purple one, or dark pink. It's an incredibly short one, but it was really tricky because I had a lot of trouble getting it under 6 excitements. Actually. Because either I got above 6 excitement, or if I tried to get under it... Now, I had a lot of trouble getting it under 6 excitement, while also still making the stat requirement of the maximum speed. So, we didn't also, you know, get our stats halved and go under 3. Because if we did get a stat penalty, we would need to make it incredibly long and effectively get like 12 excitement, so that with the stat penalty it would be 6. Which would make it very, very long. And that is why this one was tricky. Because it was too high instead of too low. And this one is very long. Because it is 1, but we have like 4 stat penalties. So we needed to get like above 8. But we need to get above 8 without including more than 1 drop, without having an inversion, without having like a certain amount of vertical G's and stuff like that. So that was difficult about this one. You can't just, you just can't have a lot. I mean, if I put it on that one... Let's see, are these automatically... Yeah, they're automatically reset. That's good. And I make it go through it. It has 1.00 excitement, but it has only 0.49 negative vertical G's, which I think is a stat penalty. Only one drop, which is a stat penalty. That drop is 3 meters high, which is a stat penalty. I think, yeah, those are the 3 stat penalties. But you can't have an inversion, because once you have an inversion, all those stat penalties are nullified. They don't matter anymore. So, that was really tricky about this, and that's why it's so long. Now, that was quite a story about the last save file that I did. So I think now it's a good time to see if I can find someone to raid. Oh, let's raid J-Dub. He's always fun to raid. He's playing Roller Coaster Tycoon again. So, thank you very much for this live stream. It was a fun stream. It really was. I really enjoyed this one today. It was a fun park, fun scenario, decent challenge, especially with the money at the start with the expensive bridges. This stream will be on my second channel 2 days from now. Well, 2 days minus 3 hours and 3 minutes. 2 days after this stream started. And I'll send you off to jdub.exe. He's a really nice guy. Give him some love. And I'll see you in the next live stream on Sunday. Bye bye.